Hey everybody, Doomwake here, and welcome back to some more Pioneer action on the channel. Regional Championship in DC, where I'm not sure exactly when this video is going to go up, but we're very, very fast approaching. And again, depending on what order of the videos this came out in, I mentioned in one of my previous videos that I'm just trying to find something that is not Phoenix, but I'm having a hard time doing so. So if you guys have any suggestions, please be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. Like the video and subscribe to the channel for more awesome content, specifically Pioneer, at least for these next couple of weeks. But with all of that said, we are going to be exploring the Crimes deck, which is something that we played, I'm not sure, I want to say it was a couple of weeks ago, and one that has kind of got my attention a little bit, especially with this little number from Bloomburrow in the form of Iridescent Vinelasher, which is an innocuous card, and a lot of people initially thought this was going to be a pure aggressive card, but it turns out that it is just a 2-for-1. It's 3 mana for 2 bodies. And even if they kill, what's so sick about Vinelasher in these curves, so the synergy is with Freestrider Lookout, where Lookout is whenever you commit a crime, which includes targeting them with an ability. Yes, Iridescent Vinelasher does target. You get to look at the top 5, get a land, put the rest in the bottom. And what's nice about this curve is if you play Vinelasher kicked on turn 3, they remove one of them, you still have a Vinelasher left. And then the next turn you follow that up with Freestrider, before playing your land of course, play your land, trigger the Vinelasher, that'll trigger the Lookout, Lookout finds a land, the land off the Lookout triggers the Vinelasher, and you can see how this really just kind of spirals out of control. And that's not even including the fact that what if you have a Fabled Passage? Because now if you play a Fabled Passage, you can trigger the Vinelasher and the Lookout on your turn, and then the Vinelasher and the Lookout again, both on your opponent's turn. So a lot of ways and synergies that you can find additional land drops to just get all of this chip damage. And the chip damage really adds up when you have, I mean, not an aggressive curve, but your creatures do hit for a lot, right? You have 3 power for 2, 4 power for 2, especially if you curve that into a Lookout. That's, crew hit for 4. Next turn, Vinelasher kick, so on and so forth. So a lot of cool ways you can do that. Traditional mid-range stuff, 4 Fatal Push, 4 Thoughtseize. If you're playing a black deck, you got to start with 4 of each of those. Removal spells, 2 Go for the Throat, 1 Bitter Triumph. And then our sort of additional threats here, we have 3 Graveyard Trespasser. I was on 4 before, and I had 1 less 4-drop. But because I am trying out the new 4-drop here in Archfiend of the Dross, I wanted to kind of switch to 4 copies of those, even though I think it might be correct to go 4 Trespasser, 3 Archfiend. At least for the testing purposes, I wanted to play 4 Archfiend just to make sure I drew it as often as possible. And boy, did it not disappoint. This card is phenomenal because 6 toughness, huge against Phoenix because they have Lightning Axe, which does not kill this with just 1 card, so they need at least 2 cards to kill it, and it doesn't give them a lot of time, especially if you can throw out the, when you play this, if they can't kill it immediately, then, an attack with an Archfiend, maybe killing a Shredder, that's 8 damage, maybe then they kill the Archfiend, but you're softening them up, and remember, all that chip damage adds up with Vinelasher and those early attacks of Dreadknight, so everything matters, even the chip damage from Trespasser, everything matters. So, yeah, really sweet deck. I was a really big fan of the way this played out. And then last but not least, just kind of rounding out the deck, a couple of extra discard spells, mostly just as an extension of our sideboard because I want more discard post-board, but we only got 15 sideboard slots. So we mentioned the Freestrider Lookout finding land, so you would presume there's some good utility lands to get, and there's a couple. 1 Castle Locthwain, 1 Field of Ruin, 3 Mutavault, 2 Restless Cottage. That's not a ton, right? Especially for a 25 land deck. It might not seem like a lot, but because you get to look at 5 every single time with Lookout. So you're more than favored to find at least one of those utility lands in most of your in most of your activations or triggers of Lookout. So even though it doesn't sound like a lot, it is, I think, a pretty reasonable number. I could maybe see 1 additional copy of maybe like a 2nd Field of Ruin or a 3rd Cottage, but, the numbers can maybe switch a little bit on that, but I think that those are pretty good. And then the rest of the land's just a whole bunch of basics to be able to find out Fabled Passage. That is one thing worth noting. We are playing 4 Fabled Passage just because of how powerful the interaction with Fabled Passage, Vinelasher, and Lookout is. You really got to play 4 Fabled Passage. As far as the sideboard is concerned, nothing too fancy going on here. Some Extinction Events for Mono Green, Path of Peril for Convoke, 4 Go Blanks because Phoenix, you got to beat it. 1 Edict, 1 Duress, 2 Terra Sunder, of the 4th Bankbuster, and 2 Damping Spheres. Pretty simple deck list. There's nothing too fancy going on here, but again, I really just want to showcase the power of Freestrider Lookout and Iridescent Vinelasher. This is even cards that I have been experimenting with in Standard too. That's how much I believe in the Crime package. But without further ado, I will see you back here in just a little bit for round number 1. This hand looks good. Yeah, that's true. Especially with, like, it works so well with Lookout, right? Because not only does the vacuum trigger the Lookout, but the Lookout giving you extra lands to get to the late game and then crack the vacuum, like that is a good plan for sure. It does make a lot of sense with Lookout. Yeah. Yeah, I might try and do some more exploring with the crime stuff because of how good vacuum is with Lookout. But again, like, I kind of want some second sort of I want an additional crime payoff. I don't know if that wants to be Magda or Vadmir or, you know, is there any other ones? I guess Kervek maybe could talk me into Kervek. I do like Vadmir a lot. I just don't love it against Phoenix is the problem. What's up, Lancer? How you doing today? Gisa? Yeah, Gisa on the board is good. It's my way. We ended up going 4-1 with Phoenix. Okay, we're doing some plotting. It's a bit sketchy. There's nothing I could do about it. I mean, I guess I could hold up mana to maybe they wouldn't go for it. But they're probably going to go for it. So I'm just going to cast Trespasser. We lost to... Oh. Okay, never mind. I played the wrong land because I assumed I was going to play Trespasser. But yeah, no, we'll hold this up. We ended up losing to Heroic, which I think is maybe not... I don't know. Somebody was saying earlier the data showed that it was 70-ish% against Heroic, but I don't know. Like, they have so many protection spells and so many ways to blank your red removal that it didn't feel that great to me. Yeah, I know, right? Alright, I'm still going to save the Go for the Throat. Say Phoenix is slightly favored. Yeah, I think Phoenix is maybe a little ahead, but it's definitely not to the extent of, like, the number that the other person earlier had said. This is such a weird spot. I mean, they only have 2 cards in hand. How likely is it I die next turn if I just play Archfiend? Could also just play Trespasser. Alright, I'm going to tap out. This may be ill-advised, but I'm going to do it. We can also get their Swift Spear so they can't get it back with Claim to Fame. And I think I'm also going to attack with the Bankbuster. Like, I don't really think I want to block. Maybe I do. Maybe I should hold this back to block. Yeah, it might be a bit too aggressive of an attack. Again, the biggest issue with the Phoenix versus Heroic matchup is not only did they play so many protection spells against, like, and you don't really have a ton of recourse against the protection too, is the awkward part. The other issue is, like, Favored Hoplite, where even if you spell pierce their protection spell, their Favored Hoplite still doesn't die that turn. And it seems like they can very easily outsize your removal, so... Like, it doesn't take that many spells for them to just get out of Lightning Axe range. And I think that's the big issue, too. And they have ways to prevent chump blocking with Monstrous Rage, so you can't even, like, just Phoenix chump your way out of it. I don't know, it just... There's a lot of problems with that matchup. Okay, this went from bad to worse. How do I not die? Well, the answer is they don't draw a spell, right? So in the event they don't draw a spell, what is my best play? Because I think every spell in their deck kills me. Probably just Archfiend Pass, right? Well, no, I can't Archfiend Pass, because then I'm dead on board. Actually, is there any way I'm not dead on board? Because the heroes just kill me regardless, right? Yeah, I think there's no way for me to survive. I can soak up 2 with a Mutavault. Dreadknight Throat. If I Dreadknight Throat, I'm still dead on board. The only way that I can, like, maybe survive is if I can chump block the 2 heroes with 2 2/2s. Right? Dreadknight. No, that doesn't work. What if I go Dreadknight, hold up Mutavault? Mutavault chump here. That's 3, 4. I can't block this. That's 5. Yeah, I'm just dead. We're just dead. All right, Ponderar has a song request. You don't have to put the SR. I'm just gonna put it in the queue in Spotify. All right, in the queue. What is the out there? Yeah, I don't even think there is an out. I'm just dead no matter what. All right, so Sweeper's coming in for sure. I actually kind of like Duress against them. Eat it good. This is probably not a Bankbuster matchup, and probably want to cut at least 2 of those. Maybe a third. Something like that. We don't really need to have, like, the top end. We can just kill them with our smaller stuff. All right, 1 for Kebby as well in the queue. Yeah, I definitely don't know what you're referring to. What do you mean by songs? What is a song? It's very close Disco Shark, yeah. I'm not even sure there is a card that is in the deck that is not standard legal. I guess Kumano. But I think Kumano might be the only card. And they have Thoughtseize in the board. Well, their hand is no longer good. It's kind of a jammer. Jammer. What do they take here? Maybe the Lookout? Tune. All right, Lookout down. I guess. It's not getting any better. I think that one's better. Do this. That's gone. Zehiro. Land is nice. Did this. Would be nice to slow up the Freestrider, but somebody help me. So another hand is what? Springs plus 1 unknown. Are we dead if they drew the fling? No, it's only 10, right? Okay, that's fine. That is acceptable. They put a card at the bottom. All right, we're just going to play defense. Land here would have been so sick. This extinction event is looking a little bit awkward on this board, huh? I forget, does this have the mana value of the original, or is it not have a mana value? Because there's no mana cost in the top right, but I can't remember. It says in the bottom. Oh, this token's mana cost is B. Okay, got it. If only I read the card, huh? If only I read the card. What an attack. Yeah, they clearly... I kind of had a feeling they were going to forget about Reach. If you're not sure if a green creature has Reach, it probably does have Reach most of the time. I think I'm just going to do this now, because they clearly don't have a pump spell in hand, and I don't want them to draw a pump spell. Alright, I am at 8 life. Can probably kill them next turn, right? 3, 4, 5, they go to 9. Fetch, they go to 7. Hit a land, they go to 5. Animate Mutavault. Yeah, we can kill them next turn. Cool. Game tree. And now they know that Freestrider Lookout does in fact have Reach. Surgeon bro, no places. Reading the card sometimes maybe explains the card. Okay, we can work with this. We can work with this. I do like Duress against them, just because taking their pump spells is huge. The thing about their deck is they're playing a lot of, like, medium creatures with pump spells to make them better. And if you take their pump spells, a lot of time what happens is they just have a draw of a bunch of, like, 1/1s and 1/2s. Yeah, the deck list that's on the MTG bot link small main is the deck that we're playing in the challenge, but this is in between rounds of the challenge. Did I upload this to Moxfield? Let me check. I could do it right now. Yeah, that is the link to the deck list we are playing right now. Duress, what you got? What you got over there? All right. It's kind of exactly what I was talking about, where they have like Swiss Spear plus the 2/2 left over, but they don't have any ways to make them better. Quick tips on sideboarding with Modern Hollow One. I don't really know what the sideboard looks like. It's hard to say. What am I doing with this Edict? Just casting it now, I think? Yeah, I think I'm casting it now. I want to cast it before they flip the Kumano, because I'd much rather kill the Kumano than the Swiss Spear. So let's do that. Let me see if I can pull up like a recent list to give you an idea. All right, let's go to Goldfish. Surely I can find a recent list. Here we go, Hollow One. Thank you, Spell Skittles. Le Challenger. They have a Sellsword in hand. So I think what we need to do is play Trespasser. We go eat the Swift Spear. Question is if they attack with both, do we block? We kind of have to, right? W Skittles. Thank you, Skittles. This is a weird game. They missed a land drop too, which means they have all spells in hand. Okay, they don't have a good attack here, besides the show off. Oh, really? What? That can't be right. Really? They're just willing to throw away that for 2 damage? I mean, I guess because they have Sellsword plus Slickshot, they were okay with that. Sure. Go to 15. Now we have a reach blocker acquired. We have the technology. Do you think they'll remember it has reach? Yeah, Trespasser Lookout is sick. Trespasser, or Lookout Field of Ruin too. I mean, we have to be a little careful. We know they have the fling in hand, so. God, the fling is so awkward because they can't cast it pre-combat. I'm not really sure, Spell Skittles. I mean, I know that like there was one challenge that there was 3 copies of the deck in top 4 of the challenge, and I don't know if it was like one person who posted it on Twitter, but I don't really know where it started. But there was 3 in the top 4 of the challenge, and then everybody was on it all of a sudden. But I'm still not convinced it's better than Gruul. Like it doesn't look that impressive to me. I mean, we're gonna lose to it now, but yeah, there's kind of no way out of this because they have the Sellsword. I don't have enough mana to go attack with Cottage and pop the food. Is it just play defense with both Cottage and Trespasser? I guess we have to, right? Yeah, I think we have to play defense with both of these. But if they have any other pump spell, we die. I guess they only have 1 card in hand. Yeah, but it doesn't get to play... Like, I think that both Atarka's Command and Bushwhacker, Burning Tree, like that whole package of cards is so much better than the ceiling of the Rakdos deck, I think. And all of that stuff makes you a lot better against sweepers. And spot removal too, so... Whoa. This is not a good attack. Did they forget I had to land? Could attack with Cottage and crack. No, I was 1 mana short, right? Am I missing something? This is their last card, right? This isn't just from last game? I don't think it is. Okay, well... well... Oh, you thought the Day-Night was a land? Classic. No, yeah, this is not a land. So, you know... Go to the combat phase. Does anybody know if their deck plays a basic land? I don't remember if they did. I could just go look at my deck list, I guess. Play 1. I mean, I'm still gonna do it, right? I guess I should do a draw step. Because I want to trigger the lookout. Freestrider Lookout, my beloved. Lookout is so based. Yeah, it cuts them off black mana, which could matter. This might be my single favorite card design of like any set in the last like 3 years. I don't know why. I'm in love with this card. Yeah. Yeah, I told chat they could give 5 to change the background. Man, your name. This hand is reasonable, I think. Tried to search up your playlist on Spotify and I found some artist named Doomwake. It was funny AF. You found an artist named Doomwake? What kind of music do they make? Is it like MF Doom kind of shit? So many elves. Kill 1 and 2 to replace it. I don't have that many Fatal Bushes, dog. You gotta chill over there. This matchup is probably sketchy, right? Like, you're trying to play a bit of a longer game with more value-oriented stuff, and they are not trying to play that, you know? Yeah, if you ever want the playlist, you should be able to type !playlist. That should bring it up. There's an artist named Doomwake. Solo instrumental metal project of Nashville bass guitarist and producer Sam Morgan. Inspired by a love for black metal and death metal, Doomwake is a feral, sludgy, and scathing instrumental metal EP. It's a pretty good review. Okay, I guess we're doing this. And let's go beatdowns. Hit him with one of these. Kiora, I guess? I don't even know if it's... Should I even bother attacking Kiora? It can't be good. Why? Because they have 6 monthly listeners? Like, maybe they're new, you know? You gotta get some... People, they gotta get their name out there somewhere, right? Yeah, Kiora has so much loyalty. I feel like every time I'm in these spots where I think it's a good idea to attack Kiora, I think it's just not, you know, unless you're killing it in the one hit. But if you're ever in a spot, and I don't know, maybe there's like different context and stuff, but it feels to me like if you're ever in a spot where you have the option to attack Kiora for like 3 or 4 damage, you're better off just attacking them, and maybe you can try to kill it next turn with more damage. Like, this is a good example of that, right? It's like you're losing so much by wasting multiple combat phases trying to kill this thing. It's never gonna die. They cast it, and it's just on the battlefield for the rest of the game, you know? Yeah, it doesn't seem like a good idea. And again, I'm not gonna say never. Like, I'm sure there are certain circumstances or certain like battlefields that maybe it's more justifiable. The lizard would be nice, but I'm not sure it's going to be good enough. Yeah, it's basically an enchantment. The third Bankbuster is not going to do it. The third Bankbuster is definitely not going to do it. All right, event. Bankbuster out. Duress in. I'm not even sure that Edict is that good against them. Because not only can they sack Llanowar Elves, they can also just sack an Old Growth Troll. But what, Trespasser bad against them, maybe? What if he did this? Oh my god. I started reading the thread. I started reading the thread, and I kind of wish I didn't start reading the thread. Alright, I'm gonna exit Twitter for the day. How about that? Keep. Bank. I'm gonna click the X in the top right. That thing is dead. Dead elf. Elf dead. Please give me a target. Fuck. Who said it was a good idea to board these Duresses, by the way? Definitely not me. Okay, that was their draw step. Love to find a land next turn. So they go land troll. Give me a land, please. Thank you. Let me do this first. Oh, don't worry, I'm going to cast it. Not yet, though. So this is kind of perfect, right? Because they're gonna do something this turn. We're gonna attack. They're gonna play Cab the turn after, and then we're gonna Extinction Event. So it kind of works out perfectly with the curve. Three. They played this. So they have Forest, Cav. Wait, no. Still only 4 mana. Extinction Event is really nice against them. So their hand is still Forest, Cav. Honestly, I think I'm waiting on the Extinction Event. Yeah, especially now that I've drawn that. This kind of works out perfectly, right? Just they play Cab, the Extinction Event next turn. I mean, there is risk, right? Because they have 3, 6, 7, 8. They can go Cav, 3 floating, hit Nykthos, Millstorm, keep new Nykthos, make 11, and then Flashback Storm. But even if they Flashback Storm, they're probably just going to hit more stuff that dies to Extinction Event, so I think this is fine. Like, there's maybe some risk involved, but it can't be that risky, right? Oh, please. Please, play more. Just keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. I mean, I guess don't go too hard, but... Is green even good? I think it has reasonable matchups. I think it's okay against Phoenix. Kind of depends on... That's fine. Kind of depends on, like, how many removal spells for the elves that the Phoenix player draws. But... yeah, I don't know. Outside of Phoenix, I don't really know what the rest of the matchup spread looks like. Like, is it good against control? I would assume now that you've lost Karn, you're probably a lot weaker to blue-white, would be my guess. I might as well chump block with these, because they're going to die anyways. And I don't need the 2 damage from them. Blue-white has a hard time versus it? Really? That's kind of not what I would think, but... yeah, before Karn got banned, it was impossible for blue-white. But I would imagine that with the Karn ban, that probably at least moves the needle a little bit, you know? It does, yeah. Yeah, the Offspring token is 1 mana value. That's why I block with both. They still have Ceratops post board? Ceratops? The, you mean the 4/4 haste? I'm not sure which Ceratops. Or are you talking about the 5/4? The pro blue one? I don't know if they play that anymore. I haven't looked at recent mono green decks. The issue with that card is that card got a lot worse ever since Wandering Emperor was printed. Because you act like, even if you cast it, sure, they can't counter it, but if they're holding up counter mana, you cast this thing and haste it, then they're like, okay, that's fine, I'll just Emperor it, you know? So it is a lot worse than it used to be. Emperor, Sunfall, that kind of stuff. I guess you're like okay with if they Sunfall it, because then you at least get damage out of it. Yeah, Otawara too. Yeah, protection from blue ain't what it used to be. Not quite as good. Not quite as good nowadays. The Wandering Emperor is a hell of a card. It's sort of like has the same Settle the Wreckage effect, where it just warps the way that you have to play the game so much, you know? It's like a really, really skill testing card. Like, I think in general it makes for good gameplay, you know? Yeah, Settle the Wreckage. Yeah, Settle changed the game more than basically anything else, you know? It was like, before Settle was printed, you know, you would just... your blue-white opponent would just hold up some mana for a counter spell, maybe a removal spell, and then now 4 mana can not only represent all of that stuff, but it can also represent an instant speed sweeper that, like, you can play around, but you can't always play around it. There are certain, you know what I mean? It's like, there was... weirdly enough, even though I kind of like hate blue-white control, I actually kind of enjoyed playing against Settle, because there was a lot of interesting things to think about, you know? So you're playing in your locals. Green, white, turtles. Where's the turtles at? Whoa. Armored Armadillo. Bedrock Tortoise. Oh, this is just Doran. Yo, this deck looks sick. What? This deck looks dope. Assault Formation too? Isn't there another version of Assault Formation? That's not the Tortoise. I thought there was one more, but I can't remember. Yeah, it's just Abzan or green-white butts. This is my 6-card hand. I'll go to 5. I guess. It functions, which is something I can't say about the previous 2 hands. You know what? No, that's stupid. No, I have to do that. Let's do it like this. Maybe I put this back. Oh, High Alert is what I was thinking of. Or no, the 3-mana Enchantment, that's what I was thinking of. But there is one that's not just... I thought there was one that was, like, in addition to Assault Formation, but it costs 3, I think. I don't know what the name of it is. Green 3-mana enchantments from Cons. Is it from Cons? Maybe it is. What'd they do? Did some plotting. I think I'm just going to hold up Go for the Throat on this guy. Walking Bulwark. Yeah, so Bulwark does it for 1 target creature, but I thought there was another enchantment that did it for just like blanket effect. That wasn't just Assault Formation. Because, yeah, it was part of that limited set too, right? Part of that block. Oh, that's Assault Formation is the one you were thinking of? Okay. Maybe there's... Alright, I'm gonna do a search. Because now I want to find it. Alright, Advanced Search. Formats, Legal in Pioneer. I think the only way I can win is Slam Archfiend next turn. So, let's try and do that. Okay, Legal in Pioneer. Text has the word Toughness. There are 251 cards. I would like to narrow my search, but I'm not sure that I can. What if I search for the word Assigns? Oh, I'm so smart. Okay, so each creature you control with toughness greater than its power. Okay, so there's a 4-mana 1/4 that does it. Arcades Nuts, Bedrock Tortoise, Bronzodon Gauntlets, High Alert. Oh, this is the one that I was thinking of. It's not an enchantment, but this is from the backup set. This is the other one that I was thinking of. Yeah, you can just search for the word Assigns. Or maybe it was Huatli. Right, maybe I was thinking of Huatli, which you did have in the deck. I will accept 9 damage. Well, we drew a land. I'm not sure it's good enough is the problem. Because then we have to go block the Cav, chump block the Lair. And then they get back... Probably get back Trailblazer. They have 4 Trailblazers in the graveyard. Is there an argument to remove Cavalier in response to the trigger instead of the Trailblazer? So the reason I wanted to kill the Trailblazer is because they were so low on cards at the time. But yeah, that was close. I think there maybe is an argument there. But I kind of wanted to just like keep them low on resources. Because the more cards you give them, the more cards they find. And like they could just start chaining stuff with Trailblazer. So it is close. Okay. They have Storm in the graveyard? Why are they making mana? Oh, they're doing layer stuff. Okay. Yeah, it's close for sure. It's definitely close. For those of you just tuning in, this is Spell Skittles Cat. Everybody say hi. Everybody say hi to Spell Skittles Cat. It's a very cute cat. Kind of surprised they're trading off the Cav here. I guess they just want to get a Trailblazer back, but now I can maybe kill Kiora. And they take 2. Wait, that attack didn't seem very... I guess the Trailblazer triggers Kiora, I guess. But again, now I can kill Kiora if I want to. This is actually kind of close, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're drawing Trailblazer. And they're at 13. Yeah, the problem is, how do I kill them, though, right? Yeah, but the fact that... The thing is, they're at 13. 13 is a very convenient life total for them to be at, given that I have a 6/6. And we know their top card is Trailblazer, so if I let them have Kiora, they get the draw card. But it's unlikely they can even double spell next turn, right? 1, 2, 3. They play Trailblazer, make a mana. 3 left over. They could find, like, exactly Old Growth Troll. I guess we can draw a card and see what our top card is. That doesn't help. Okay, I think you're right. I think I have to attack them. I guess what's nice about attacking them is it means they can't... No, they can, though, because they have the Trailblazer on defense, right? They can still fire up the lair. This is going to be a really tight race. Really tight race. What did I think of the... What did you think about the new land cycle? So I think they're good in 3-color decks, or 3+ color decks. I don't think they're as good in aggressive decks that, like, for example, Gruul. Like, if you're playing a bunch of red and green 1-drops, they're better in, like, either aggressive decks that are splashing like a 3 or a 4-drop, or maybe even like a 2-drop that you want to cast on turn 3, or maybe like enigmatic decks that want the fixing later on. But remember, they don't fix early, so they're, that's the big difference. But I think those lands are designed pretty well. I like the design a lot. I'm a big fan of them. Even if they're not going to be that playable, I just like the design of them. Yeah, that's a good point. Like, okay, for example, in the Gruul decks, what green cards are they playing? They're playing Aloe Alchemist, a Tarkus Command, and Questing Druid. Which, yeah, the Gruul decks might want the new land. Is it red on the front side or green on the front side? I think it's red, right? Yeah, that's pretty important. So the Gruul decks might want to play that one. Yeah, I guess if it was green on the front side, it would be not playable. That's really unfortunate. Well. I mean, we didn't know they were going to find exactly Cavalier off the Trailblazer. Like, that was the worst case scenario, right? They still die to a Go for the Throat. All right, throw up me. Wait, that also kills them, right? Holy shit. That is absurd. That kills them, right? Because they have to... So they have to chump block here, which is 4 damage. If they take this, that's 7, they die. And if they block this, they take 8, they die. So, wow, that's insane. Oh. Oh. Well, I forgot about that option. As it turns out, I have forgotten about the option that lets them survive. Now, could I have survived if I did not attack? 3 blockers. Well, not if they... Okay, they drew pretty well. They drew exactly Cav to not die that turn and then ripped the Oddity to kill me. Because even if I held back, I still would have died to this. But, wow. Their draw step was really good that game. Is that some kind of copy pasta, Clinton Nito? I don't know what that means. Team Vine Dive from Canoas, Brazil. is showing the world the power of Celestia Angels. Behold the game pattern of one of the greatest players of Angels in the world. Joao Kenye fanboy. That's got to be some pasta, right? Well, once one single person posts it, then it's copy pasta. Drawing 2 Fatal Push, 1 Go for the Throat. Not great against blue-white. Not the best. Not the best. I'm gonna fetch the forest first, I guess. For Ast. Can I get a land, please? Thank you. What you got over there? Yeah, that would make sense. Blue-white would lay down arms. That's why they have so many planes. Although I think most of them play farmland anyways, maybe? I don't remember. I haven't looked at a blue-white mana base in a while. Alrighty. Let's go. I'm going to hold the Vinelasher. Yeah, let's just go here. This might be a little too aggressive, but I kind of like it. Nice to get some pressure in play if they like try to set up for a Planeswalker next turn. Not sure. Oh. Oh. Alright, could be 1 card, please. So this is definitely blue-white Lotus. Surely they don't have Settle the Wreckage, right? It's probably just stupid to animate this. You know what? I'm not going to do that. Because I also don't want to get my Bankbuster Empered. If this was my plan, I should have done this before combat, but it's fine. Ooh, I also should have shocked there. So then if they go end phase, Emperor, Exile, I can push my Dreadknight in response. Okay. Never punished. Well, still kind of punished, right? Because now if they go land Sunfall, I could have done the same thing, push one of these. So I did get punished by not shocking. Or I should have shocked, is what I'm saying. Okay, no Sunfall, which is good. Why are we all spamming that? What is going on here? What did I miss? I clearly missed something. Discontinuity, Farewell, Strict Proctor, Wandering Emperor. Huh. Right. So I can't beat this card, so I'm going to select it. And then I'm going to enter the combat phase. Dat Continuity. Mutavault, thank you very much for the 22-month resub. Welcome back, Mutavault. Dat Continuity. That's what I meant to say. D's Continuity. All right, so let's go here. Try and find a land. Bazinga. What's their hand again? This and this are gone. Proctor, Discontinuity, 5 lands. I'm just going to cast this. Obviously, it's bad if they draw Sunfall, but how many Farewells do you think they play? That I accept. A fair number. Always assume 4. No, because they start their, so the blue-white Lotus Field players start their deck with 4 Settle the Wreckage. And then from there, it's like maybe 1 Sunfall, 1 Farewell, What's that shitty wrath from Outlaws? Is it One Last Job? The one that's like, no, not One Last Job. Fatal Showdown something? The Spree one. You know which one I'm talking about. Play that one too. Just mix it up a little bit. It's the final... Is it really called Final Showdown? There's got to be some copyright there, right? All right, yeah, you have Lotus Fields. I don't like it, but you have Lotus Fields. Okay, so their hand right now is Discontinuity 3 lands. They are very close to dead, but not quite. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kill Emperor, attack you. I think I'm just going to kick one of the Vinelashers and pass. I don't mind exposing one of them. I mean, they're just going to cast Discontinuity next turn, but it means they can't do a lot else with their turns, so. Could have killed them with Offspring and attack Bankbuster. I didn't have enough to Offspring, right? Oh, I could just cast it for 1 mana. I could have gone cast Offspring on 1 mana for the other one, crew 3, have 10 damage. Right, for some reason, in my head, this is a 3-drop, and I never cast it for 1 mana. But yes, I could have done that. I did not think about that. What do we got? Saheeli, Emery, Magda, Swift Spear, Thopter, Skrelv. Is Monastery Mentor better than Third Path Iconoclast? Yeah, I don't know why. I just always forget you can cast this for 1 mana. Although, I think we're still fine, right? Like, they have the Discontinuity now. No? Alright, go to combat. You didn't draw Settle the Wreckage, come on. I'm scared. Does that mean they drew Settle? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they thought that the Discontinuity wasn't good enough, and they figured their only out was to Deluge into Settle, I guess? Alright, they are playing Blue-White Lotus. So push out, which, I don't know if you guys know this, but Blue-White Lotus is the single most difficult deck to play in the Pioneer format, and it is, it is only held back by its complexity. Give them a little bit of that. You see this, No, so somebody else in chat put it, and I think it was Dong's TV. The way to play around Settle there is kick the Vinelasher pre-combat. So the issue that I have with kick Vinelasher pre-combat, specifically, like if they have Settle, is if I pre-combat kick the Vinelasher, we know they have the Discontinuity. So if I do that, like if I go Vinelasher, then go to combat, they Discontinuity when I cast the Vinelasher, which I think is worse, right? Because we knew they had Discontinuity in hand. Now, they didn't choose to cast it, but that's a fucking good draw. I always wonder, am I supposed to keep in some number of Fatal Pushes for this thing? I think the answer is no, because they always just wait until, you know what I mean? Like, they're not going to expose the Proctor before they put the Lotus Field into play, so it's like... let's go here. I'm going to play Lookout this turn. We'll give him a little beatdowns. Attack. Will I release the VOD of today's stream? If you want to go check you can actually go check the VOD live. It should already be published. So if you go to my page and click on videos, you should be able to watch it already. The VODs get published automatically. Sing it, chat. What are you doing? Stop. Well, that fucking sucks. That really sucks. I mean, I guess we can do this. Doesn't feel great, but you do what you gotta do, right? Yeah, we just don't have any option. We don't have any choice. We have to do that. It feels really bad to spend my entire turn doing that, but I don't have a choice. Can't let them FTF. That's like the most interesting thing about playing against blue-white control is like you make plays that feel bad on your side, and it's really hard to know how much they're affecting your opponent. Like you feel priced into making certain decisions, and they may be like they might sound bad to you, but maybe your opponent, like depending on the context of their hand, is like, oh shit, you know what I mean? So there's always that weird, that unknown element about playing against control decks. I'm going to try to bait them into countering this. And then maybe if they spend enough mana, I can go shock this, crew, kill. Yeah, I mean, we just have to, like, we got to get the party started here. Can't be much. Obviously, this line is disastrous if they just, like, have another Emperor. Or somebody kill the Bankbuster. Alright. I mean, that worked. We got 2 Lotus Fields now. But we've answered both of their Planeswalkers. Tried out some Paradox Engine stuff with Oswald Fiddlebender. I tried cooking a little bit with Oswald when it first came out. I was very, very little success, though. That card was hard to utilize in Pioneer. It is a really sweet card, though. Is there a chain that you can get in Pioneer, like an artifact that untaps the Oswald, basically to go again? I think we talked about this when we played Oswald before. I think it's like you sack a 1 to get Corridor. You sack the Corridor to get... I think we were missing the 3. I think for the life of us, we couldn't find a 3 that did it. Like a 3 that untapped. That's your homework, Chad. Find me a 3-mana artifact that, when it enters the battlefield, untaps a creature. What does Halo Fountain do? I don't know what Halo Fountain does. Three-mana artifact. White tap. Untap a tapped creature you control. That does it. You would need an additional mana, but it's probably fine, right? Wait, did we figure it out? But then what do you get? What's okay? So you go Corridor Monitor, untap Oswald. Oswald, sack the Monitor, get Halo Fountain. Halo Fountain, white, tap, untap the Oswald. Oswald, sack the Halo Fountain. What do you get for 4? Maybe on 4 you just get Smithy? Smithy might be the best to get on 4. Wait. What about, hear me out, Oswald, right? Ready? Oswald with Simulacrum Synthesizer. So you sack a 2 to get Synthesizer. The Synthesizer ETB scries, and then you can turn a different 2 into another synthesizer. Oh, Apple is the 4. Okay, Apple untaps the Oswald. Got it, okay. Honestly, Oswald synthesizer sounds kind of cool. I guess you'd have to find enough like artifacts that cost 2 that you want to sacrifice to get into the synthesizer. Apple is kind of sick with the Oswald. Not going after creatures. Okay, interesting. I thought Thoughtseize was a hell of a top deck. I guess this. All right. I'm all deck. Beatdowns. So the last card is Discontinuity. Which continuity? We can still win this game, which is kind of fucked up. Their hand was like basically perfect, right? Turn 2, turn 3, Proctor, Lotus, turn 4, Teferi, untap, Emperor, kill your thing, and we're still in this game. Like, how is that even possible? You can't have a better draw from their deck. Yeah, that's kind of why I was skeptical about taking the Sunfall there. Sure. Maybe they can, like, just buy enough time by chump blocking and discontinuitying. We might actually die to this Archfiend. Alright, deck. When they cast Farewell, they paid 6 mana to destroy my Bankbuster. That's all they did. Alright, I think we cannot play around anything, so I'm just gonna do this. Like, sure, they could top deck another Wrath, but I need to get the game over with this stupid Archfiend. Whatever. I don't remember. Did they exile graveyards with that? They might have. They might have done graveyards artifacts. Yeah, I think they did graveyards artifacts. Yeah. Forgot about the castle. They put a card on top. That's not good. That's not good. Hold. It's a pretty good one to top. I mean, they're going to cast the Discontinuity this turn. Kind of surprised they didn't chump block last turn, though. That's why they didn't chump block. I mean, I guess if they're casting Discontinuity, then this is fine, right? They should do it in draw phase, I think. Because if they do it upkeep, I take 1 less damage to castle. Well, that doesn't matter, right? If they do it upkeep, then I can just castle on their turn. But I think doing it draw phase is best, because if they do it in main phase, I can play land and then have less cards in hand for the castle. So I think draw phase is best. But when you click redeem channel point option, it should give you a window, like you should be able to type a chat message along with the redemption, and you just put it in there. Either the link or the just like the name and the artist of the song. Yeah, so we can't even castle now. Because if we castle, we're just dead. Wait, why did the Trespasser flip? Oh, because I didn't cast spells. Right. Right, I didn't cast spells that turn. Yeah. I was confused, because like they cast a spell on my turn, and in my head I was like, oh, you know, it's not going to flip or whatever. Yeah. No, that's correct. That is correct. You broke on channel points. We do song requests for 2 gifted subs as well, if you ain't got the channel points. All right, we're tucking. Do they have another Discontinuity then? They do not have another Discontinuity. Okay. Oh, they couldn't cast it. Do we draw with Castle here? They're at 6. If I draw with Castle, I go to 3. This is a really tight game. There's no creatures in the graveyard, right? Damn. Yeah, well, my thinking is that if they have nothing in hand, if I castle and go to 3, they have to at least chump block with the Proctor, which means that, like, their blocks are like, eat this, chump block here, go to 3, and then even if I'm at 3, they only have a 2/4 in play, so I wouldn't be dead, right? But that also assumes they have nothing, which, you know, they could have something. Well, we're going to find out what it is. If it's Emperor, they have to cast it now, so we could at least, like, have some more information about that. No, they definitely have something. Oh. Wait, really? What they discard? No more lies. Huh. Well, are you ever attacking Teferi here? I don't think so. Like, we just need to get them dead. Even if I attack Teferi, they still have, you know, activate castle, 5 mana left over. I think I just have to attack them. And they get to go eat one of the 3/2s, chump block the 4/4, go to 3. Yep. They're at 3, and then we do this. I don't know if that's good, but something, right? Okay, they did not upkeep castle. I guess they figure if they want a castle, they can just castle before the, What? Why are we effing? Dave Miguel, why'd you F? What did I miss? It hurts to know that you belong here. Yeah. Why are we 07ing? Stop 07ing. Why are we 07ing? Why are we 07ing? What did I miss? I must have missed something. I clearly missed something. I'm out of the loop, man. Honestly, I kind of wanted to just draw land. All right, hear me out. Pre-combat Damping Sphere. I wanted to play something fast so I had more time in between rounds. Because if they want to use the mana now, this makes them use the mana now. They have Emperor? Yeah, well, they have to cast it now if they do. Oh. Okay. Huh. I mean, we can't attack now, right? Because then I lose this and I don't want to replay it this turn. I just want to cast either this or this. I think it's this, honestly. I think it's just... Well, I should attack with the Trespasser, right? Not the Dreadknight, though. Oh, there's a creature in the graveyard. I didn't realize that. Actually, in that case, I'm going to play Dreadknight. I didn't realize they discarded a creature there. That's kind of huge. And the reason I'm casting Dreadknight here over Vinelasher is if they drew a sweeper, I want them to sweep this board, and then if I find a fetch land, I could just go, or any land for that matter, Vinelasher, kick, play land, kill you. So, that's nice. Now, I guess it's worse if they draw a counterspell, but... Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Is like, if they have more sweepers than counterspells, I think, so I want them to cast a sweeper, and then I can go rip a land, untap, Vinelasher, kick, then kill you. You know what I mean? So this line is better if they draw a sweeper. What's this? Here's an Oswald list. Let me look. She bend my fiddle till I Oswald. True. Very, very true. Did I kill a creature last turn? No, they that was a token. They discarded the creature to the thing. Okay, there's no downside to cast this, right? Because if they have discontinuity, it gets countered anyways. And I'm not going to be able to cast it next turn, so... Was I supposed to play the Archfiend first? Okay, go. This is a weird game. Very, very strange game. All right. Corridor Monitor, Emery, Ornithopter, Oswald, Skrelv, Chip, Rebuke, Normalize, Aegis, Apple, Prototype, Amber. So I guess my question is, what's the kill? Like, once you get Engine into play, how are we winning the game? Emery, Thopter, Oswald, Skrelv, Rebuke, Normalize. Oh, you can loop Apple with Emery. Right, okay, got it. That's cool. I like it. Looks good. Yeah, you can loop Apple with Emery and Engine. Got it. And what's funny is part of searching for the combo. What I was gonna say, like if you have the Oswald and you go through the loop, part of going through that loop means that you have to get the Apple, so you guaranteed have it. Dude, it would have been so funny if they... So what I was thinking there is if they had, like, 2 relevant spells, I was going to let them keep the Settle and then cast the Vinelasher pre-combat. Oh, it would have been so good if I let them keep the Settle. Yeah, I know. I wanted it too. Ugh, I wanted it so bad. Damn. And you can't have that, you know, in your red aggressive deck. You can't have cards like that. I don't know if I'm supposed to cast the Vinelasher on one with this hand, but given that I have 2 other 3-drops, that's kind of makes sense to me, you know? That's why I'm playing it here. Okay, this matchup is interesting. Should have played the tap land that turn. Curious to see how this matchup plays out. Gotta take the Oven, I think. It's just too good with the cat. Okay, Oven down. And then at least if they dispute the cat this turn, which they kind of have to do. Okay, interesting they went attack there. I figured they would want to go Block Sack, but... Block Sack is better for me because of the Trespasser. And go here. Definitely going to cast the Trespasser here. Hopefully that 2 damage doesn't come back to bite me, because I just took 2 damage for no reason. Should have played a tap land last turn. Their hand's pretty good if they find lands, but if they miss a... Okay, they didn't miss a land drop. Let's play Devil. Would love to find a land here. Not quite. We go Combat. Attack here. Exile Cat. Cobblade win. Not in this format. Ooh. They're trading? Interesting. I think I'm pretty happy with that trade. I guess they figure if they're going to cast Aggro, they just want to keep the board clear. Kind of makes sense. Really? Okay. They still have the Aggro in hand. Now we can go pre-combat, play Zeus. A little bit of that. And sure. 11. If they take this, they go to 8. Really? Kind of surprised they're trading there. How do they plan on beating the Archfiend? This is the Aggro, yeah. They are... Are they dead to a land? No, because they have additional blocker now. 9. I guess I should draw a card here. All right, should have drawn a card before playing my land. That was a mistake. Should have drawn a card before playing my land. It's actually huge because they'd be at 2. Oh, that's going to cost me, I think. Wow. Okay, never mind. Never, ever punished. Oh, man. Blue-white Days Undoing Aggro. What does that look like? All right, what do we want against the sack? Yeah. Well, they had the second cat, but that was the cat that we trespassered earlier. I don't know what's good in this matchup. Like, is Go Blank good? I mean, I know we talked about this a little bit in the intro, but the more that I think about it, and like how the games play out, I don't know. I'm also not necessarily convinced that there's anything that's truly bad in our deck in this matchup, because I think we want the 2-mana removal spells to kill Ygra. I like Duress to take Oven. Seems weird, but I might just run it back. Yeah, but that's the thing is, like, maybe I cut Thoughtseize? I guess if I'm cutting Thoughtseize, I probably want to cut Duress too. Yeah, maybe I guess if the games are going to go long, the discard spells are a lot worse. I could buy that. Let me go, like, just Tear Asunder, Go Blank, maybe? I don't hate that. Let's try that. Thoughtseize is not bad against Ygra, though. It's one of, like, the only clean ways to answer Ygra. Sand is maybe a little sketchy, but I'm going to try it. Yeah, that's true. It's only good against exactly Ygra. Green early plays. The only one is Mosswood or Lookout, but if I draw Mosswood, I can just draw a card with it, so I'm going to save the fetch lands. If this is a hand, I'm definitely going to save the Vinelasher. I think I need to get full value out of this game. Do we have a way to sack Archfiend? So you don't have to sacrifice Archfiend if it just kills them, right? And Archfiend is also fantastic in this matchup because they're frequently moving creatures in and out of zones. So you end up getting into a lot of spots where, like, you cast Archfiend and they just can't even, like, they can't even do anything there, and they kind of have to have Fatal Push to be able to just play the game. So like, usually it kills them before it kills you is kind of what I'm getting at. That's rough. All right, we can fetch push next turn, which is fine. I think I'm doing this turn. Although, actually, maybe instead of fetch push, I just slam the Archfiend next turn. What's up, Will? It's been going all right. I have not played a ton with... we played this a little bit, I want to say a week and a half ago, but I haven't played a lot since then. But it was decent the first time we played it. So what happens here? I passage crack, go to 9. If I push Devil, they can just go respond, sack 7, 6, 5, sack blood 4, Devil dies, but then I can go Vinelasher kicked. Alright, it's not pretty, but... Maybe I'm supposed to play the Vinelasher kicked first, but then they can just kill both tokens if I do that, which I think is worse. Like, this way I get 2 bodies. Yeah, there's the new artifact, which is good. Oh, they didn't... Oh, really? They didn't sack the cat. That's interesting. Okay. That buys me some time. Yeah, the Ghost Vacuum. That card's sweet in the Crimes deck. I'm wondering now if we're going to main deck Ghost Vacuum, I wonder if we want to go back to playing more Crime Payoffs. Something like either Magda or Vadmir. I may be interested in trying one or two of those cards. Because I was a big fan of Magda the last time we played it. That's bad. That is very, very bad. I'm not sure which one I like better between Magda and Vadmir. They're both decent. They have like their ups and downs. All right, this is going to look really weird, but I think this is how I have to do this. So this stinks. 7. We go here. 17. And then we play Archfiend. They can go sack this 6, sack food 5, ETB 4, untap 3. Oh, we're just dead, yeah. Alright, game 3. Part of me kind of wants to cut some more Bankbusters, but I don't exactly know what I would want instead. Is Mayhem Devil a problem enough that you'd want Extinction Event? The issue with Extinction Event is, well, it does also kill Ygra. So if they have Devil and Ygra in play, you can do it for odd. Something, right? Let's try one copy. I think the first one is decent. But it's like a card that I don't necessarily want to ever draw the second copy of, because it's one of those things where the first one is good, but the second one has a lot of diminishing returns. Chain's not bad. Oben. I was thinking about just casting the Terra Sunder this turn, but I might also just save it for turn 4. Like next turn I go lookout attack for 4, then the turn after I can Terra Sunder. But it's close. My worry with not casting Terra Sunder last turn was if they had Cat this turn and then Devil next turn, which we sort of avoided. But now if they have Devil, they can at least kill the Freestrider with Blood Tithe, which is a little annoying. That's bad too. What do you got here? Bill, Bat. I don't know if I like Bat and Pioneer. There's too many pushes. Yeah, 4, or is this standard? Oh, this is standard, my bad, okay. Bill, Bat, Lookout, Gix. 4 Gix is kind of a lot. I'd probably play 1 less Gix. 4 Bitter's kind of a lot, too. I think I like 2 Bitter, 2 Go for the Throat. And then maybe like a Gix. I like a Gisa main, if you have that many ways to commit crimes. I do like a Gisa main a lot. Are we racing? I think we're racing. I mean, if they sacrifice both Harvesters to kill this, then they just take 4 damage, you know? I think we can win this race. The foods make it a little bit more awkward, though. Their draw was really good. Jesus. Their draw was really good. They have 1 card in hand, huh? Surely it's not Mayhem Devil, right? Can't beat it anyways. Yeah, the extinction event would have been crazy here. Yeah. Maybe I should have boarded in the second copy. I can go push, play Dreadknight, attack for 4, and just hope they pray they have nothing, because I don't really know how else I'm winning this game. I think I just kind of have to hope they have nothing. Can't beat much. All right, they go to 4. I mean, it's like, it's impossible to race this deck because they just have a bunch of food in play, too. Can never, ever race them. Maybe I'm supposed to play defense there? If I, like, hold both back, this can check one of the Harvesters. Because now, even best case scenario, assuming they have nothing, they can go attack me for 6, put me to 2, pass with 2 food, go to 10, and the best I can do is deal them 6. Even best case scenario, I can deal them 9 tops, which still isn't enough to kill them. Block Mutavault, go for the throat. So you're saying don't cast the push, pass, animate Mutavault, block one, throat the other one. Maybe, yeah. Or like the same thing with push, like block Mutavault, push. Or I guess throat's better because then I can use the push later on a later turn. Maybe that's better. Yeah, that is true. Oh, oh, I did have enough mana, right? You're saying block 1, push 1, throw 1. You see what? So that is a very, very good point, Will. Will brings up a very good point. Remember the decision that I made on turn 2 to cast the Bankbuster versus cast the Terra Sunder. How different is this game if I cast the Terra Sunder? It's wildly different. You know? Like, it's a completely different game. And maybe I'm supposed to cast the Terra Sunder there because of how good Oven is in their deck, but it's close. Well, they gave me an out, right? No, I only have I'm 1 short. Because they can pop the food, go to 7, and I can only deal 6. Is there a way I can survive? Yeah, I'm trying out your list with Archfiend's deck. They've been good. I like the Archfiends. So what's the plan here? Is the plan just pass? And then we can go use Dreadknight to crew Bankbuster, animate Mutavault, block, take 1, go to 1. There's no shot I can attack here, right? Yeah, there's no... Well, I mean... There's a world where I attack. See, the thing is, realistically, right, hear me out. If I don't attack this turn, how am I ever winning? Like, if I just pass. They're going to go end step, pop a food. They have the Oven to draw an extra card. They're going to be at 7 life. They have another food in play. Like, I don't realistically see how I'm ever winning this game if I don't attack this turn. So I think what I want to do is go attack with Dreadknight, because that one has trample. If I attack with Bankbuster, they just go block with Witness Sack, and I get no damage in. So what I'm thinking is go attack with Dreadknight, pass, on blocks, animate Mutavault, and then I can cast push and go for the throat. Right? So I can block 1, push 1, go for the throat 1. I think that's my only good line. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I just can't imagine winning this game if I don't attack this turn. But maybe I messed up last turn. Maybe I should not have played... Maybe I shouldn't have attacked last turn. It's a weird game. This looks like the most psychotic attack ever. In your version of Sec, I took out the Witness. Yeah, I'm not like a huge Witness fan. It's okay, but... They had another Oven. Okay. Alright, dead. We were never beating that one regardless. Artifact that does 2 and can sack other artifacts to create 3/3s. Oh, the big scorecard, Legion Extruder. How has that card been? It's one that I haven't really seen a lot of, but I've definitely been interested in it. It looks promising. I'm now realizing the mana in this hand is atrocious. Like, I didn't realize how bad it was at first, but it's really bad. One copy is enough in the Jun Shell. Yeah, it seems interesting. Like, it does some cool stuff. Yeah. I'm with you, though. I think these decks should be playing for Scavenger's Talent. The more and more I play the Sacrifice decks, I think Scavenger's Talent is just the best card in the deck. The black one. The black one. The 1-mana one. The one that they play. That card is fantastic. It's so good. Yeah, personally, I would probably not want to be playing Greasefang right now, but I've seen some people do well with it, so. They played the Brushland, right? So they have Parhelion, Sky Sovereign, 4 Unknowns. Or I think this might have been the land they got back off of the command. Nice. Nice. I mean, we're just jamming the Archfiend, right? I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm jamming the Archfiend. So their hand sucks. I mean, they can go. I guess their hand doesn't suck. They can actually go land, Sky Sovereign, kill this, and discard Parhelion. That's kind of hilarious. It is funny to me how, like, Trespasser is... It seems good against the graveyard decks, but you're actually giving them a discard outlet, which is pretty funny. So they're at 9. We actually might be able to beat a Parhelion attack. Because if they go Greasefang, Parhelion... maybe not. So now what do? They go use these to crew the boat, attack, kill the lookout. We take 6, go to 12. Then they go to 3. Yeah, they can't even attack here. So their only line is what? Oh, they want to trade boat for Archfiend. Huh. How do I beat that? What happens if I send everything? If I send everything, they still have to trade for the Archfiend, right? They take 5, go to 4, trigger, go to 2. I'm also wondering if maybe I'm supposed to just castle this turn. Or potentially just play Freestrider Lookout. It is really hard to win this game if the Archfiend dies, though, is the issue. But then again, it's on 2 counters, and if I just pass, then I'm going to lose to my own Archfiend. So I kind of need the trade for it this turn, because there's not a guarantee that I can trade for it next turn. And if I don't trade for it next turn, I die in 2 turns. So I think we just have to do this. And again, I guess the question is, do we play Lookout or do we Castle Activate? I think I probably just play Lookout. Yep. We know what's happening. We know what's happening. They trade here, go to 2. And then can I get in 2 damage? It is kind of awkward though, right? If they use the cat tokens to crew the chariot, and then they have less blockers next turn, so there's maybe a chance they can't produce enough blockers. I mean, we're going for it, right? Like, even if they have a removal spell, they have to go, like, what? Trade Mutavault, chump Lookout, kill Lookout. They still lose both their cat tokens. Worst case scenario. Yeah, Vinelasher would work too. That is another benefit of putting them to 2, is that we can just draw Vinelasher to kill them. That push. Oh, they have Boseiju. Okay. Alright, well, go. Could have maybe castled main phase, because then I would have 2 mana left over. I could have played a Dreadknight. Yeah, castle main phase was good. Archfiend's informant. The informant has arrived. All right, so yeah, I've seen a lot of people playing Greasefang lately, and I don't personally understand it. I think that deck is historically really bad against Phoenix. It just doesn't seem like it has that many good matchups, especially against the top decks, you know. Am I supposed to bring in sweepers against them? Like, how good is sweepers against them? Is it bad against Phoenix? I mean, their deck has 4 Lightning Axe, 3 Fiery Impulse. It's like one of the only decks in the format that just has game 1, 7 to 8 ways to kill your Greasefang. And they just have so many cantrips to find it. Like, you're just never going to get a Greasefang hit against them. Cut one of these, maybe. I think I'm not going to bring in the sweepers. I don't know if I should, but I'm not going to. But yeah, TLDR, they just have too many ways to kill your Greasefangs. And it's really hard to get a hit in against them. No. That hand ain't it. This one's better. That probably. I'm blue. Chad, are you blue? Dubba-dee dubba-die. Used to be. I'm actually green, now that you mention it, streamer. I'm actually green. Is that fucking Mexican food I ate last night? If I was green, I would die. Probably true, yes. Alright, to me. I need to buy some more of these retro Shockwinds in paper. I need to upgrade the collection a little bit. I have Steam Vents for Phoenix, but that's the only one that I own that I own 4 of. Tomb is the only one you don't have. Are they still expensive? Like they're in the like the 15 to 20 range, right? That's what they were the last time I checked. It shows Greasefang, Okiba Boss. The boss. Boss, the boss. We're still in the jelly. No, I went 1-3 drop. I have since been removed from the challenge. I actually got booted. I didn't even drop. They kicked me out because I did so poorly. They're like, this guy? We can't have this guy in the challenge. Get him out of here. I got my ass kicked with that red deck. I also played 3 mirror matches, so... By the way, I don't know if you guys know this. The mirror match for that deck is not fun. It's not. The mirror match is not it. Am I supposed to Boseiju this the chariot here? If 4 in hand? I think I am. Because I know I'm going to tap out next turn. I mean, doing this is really bad if they have Greasefang, but... Good evening, Jose. Alright, please don't have the rat. Don't rat me, bro. Don't rat Jamie. No, don't summon the rat. I need you to not type rat jam in the chat right now, because you will summon the rat to my opponent's side of the field. Yeah, this is all Jose's fault. Thanks, dude. Thanks, Jose. Look what you did. This is all your fault. Now we're just extremely dead. Okay, remember what I said about boarding in the sweepers? In situations like this, I think we maybe want a sweeper. Wanna taking away from me. We can still win this game. I'm at 14. Okay, so hear me out, right? We know for a fact they don't have Fatal Push in hand, because if they had Fatal Push, they would have pushed end step after they picked up Chariot, so I think I should probably just go for the throat now, because I'm doing this either way, and I don't want to give them Revolt on their turn. So, that's my logic there. Should have probably held up this, but... I mean, we maybe just have them dead. Archfiend's a hell of a card. Right, the Chariot doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. My bitter over the new one? What new one? Because bitter kills Planeswalkers. Is there a new one that also kills Planeswalkers that I'm missing? Oh, Feed the Cycle. Yeah, but you need cards in Graveyard for that one, right? That one costs 3 mana. Curd Bros, thank you for the 7-month resub. Welcome back, Curd Bros. Appreciate the resub. I don't know if there's any reason to cast this Thoughtseize, because if they have a removal spell, they're going to do it in response, but... Yeah, but this deck doesn't make food, you know? How to utilize Mutavault to its maximum? I mean, I am a Mutavault enjoyer, okay? I am a Mutavault enjoyer. This list felt nice. I liked it. I mean, I was a really big fan of this card. Now, I don't know if 4 is too many, but I think maybe 3 is maybe the appropriate number. Perhaps the 4th copy of Trespasser. I like the main deck Duresses. I think 3 of this is right. Like, basically everything feels right about this list. The only thing I think I would change is -1 Archfiend, +1 Trespasser, but clean list. Archfiend feels great in this format, and yeah, good deck. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you thought down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, YouTube!